to the Pimpoholic TV podcast. How y'all doing? Waiting on my special guest to tune in. We just vibing right now until she tune in.
We're going through some things, and in a play, I pray for myself. I'm praying for a change from out of here, male or female. We all got murder friends. I'm looking at the 6 o'clock.
James Suave Jones, what it do? What it do, Suave? Keisha Applechild, hey BB, how you doing? D Scott, what it do, D? D, you gonna listen to this right here, D? We got a nice one right here. Special guest today, Rosana Rodriguez. Rosana Rodriguez, staff writer for the Chattanooga Times Free Press. So this is gonna be real interesting. Staff writer for the Chattanooga Times Free Press. And I see her, about to tap her in a minute. I see her. So bring you in, Rosana. Rosana, I can't add you for some reason. It's not giving me an option. Send me a request so I can accept you, because it's not giving me an option to add you. What up, Oliver? And then let me add you, Rosie. Send me a request, please. It's not giving me an option to add. We might be having a little technical difficulty right here, but we're going to get it right. We're going to get it right. Let's see here. You should have said a button that say request to go live, Rosa. You should see an option on your page that say request to go live. Do that, and then I can add you in. Do that, and I can add you right in. Because it's not letting me do it. What to do, can you? Trying to get my guest tapped in right here. I might have to switch to your page, Rose, if you can't send me a request. Oh, here we go. I think we good. Let me see here. There we go. Oh, nope. Here we go. Got you now, Rosa. Got you, Rosa. I sent you a request, so go on and tap in later. There we go. I see you.
Okay. Did that work?
You doing?
Okay. I had to switch on to my phone.
Okay.
So my phone is actually about to die, so I had to plug it in. So it's gonna be tethered to my bedside table. So anyway. Okay.
So let me introduce who I got here. I got Miss Staff Writer for the Chattanooga Times Free Press, Rosana Rodriguez. Thank you for taking on the Pimpoholic TV podcast. How you doing?
I am hanging in there. Thank you for having me.
No problem. So let me get right to it. When did you know you wanted to be a journalist in the community? What steps did you take to do that?
Well, I went to school. I guess what made me want to be a journalist is, I don't know. I kind of fell into it. I actually have two uncles who are journalists. One lives in Spain, and another one's in Peru, which is where my mom's from. So I don't know, I guess it's kind of like in the family. And then when I was little, I always loved like documentaries and true crime specifically. And then I went to school and I was going to actually go for photography. But when I went, the photography major was in the journalism and communications department. So they did our like orientation or whatever, and they were going through all of the different majors, and I heard about PR, and I almost went into PR, but then I took a news reporting class, and I was like, you know what, I'm switching my major to journalism. And then when I did, my student advisor was like, welcome to the dark side. So ever since then, I worked at the student paper there at the university, and then got an internship at TFP and been here ever since.
Okay. So what college did you attend? What college did you attend?
Southern Adventist University out in Collegedale.
Okay. And so you got an intern at the Times Free Press? That's what led to your job?
Did I, what? Sorry, my phone has like really bad audio. I was trying to go on my computer, so you might have to say it again.
So you got an intern at the Free Press?
Yeah, I did. I started as an intern 3.5 years ago, I guess. And then after about a year, I stepped into the crime beat, and then that's kind of evolved into crime and courts. So
what is your exact title to the Chattanooga Times Free Press? Explain what you do. What comes under your house?
Yeah, so I guess my exact title is a staff writer, or I call myself a reporter. I cover crime, like just general crime, gun violence, stuff like that, policing, so a lot of, whatever, whether it's police policy or police misconduct or, whatever initiative police are doing, I'm the one covering that, and courts. So that kind of ties in with the crime, whenever cases start going through the justice system, that's me. And sometimes I do civil court cases as well. So like when people are suing government, a lot of times I'm the one picking that up and writing about it.
So what is the most controversial story you've covered?
Oh, wow. I don't know. I cover a lot of controversial things. I guess, what kind of controversy? You mean like the one that got the most?
Whether street crimes, white collar crimes, something that was positive, like somebody doing something good in the community, like what was the most controversial thing that stood out?
I think what got the most response from people, and this, depends on who you talk to, what, they'll say it's controversial or not, but the Confederate statue in front of the courthouse back a couple years ago when the NAACP here was trying to get it removed or moved to, a different location, that got a lot of response from both sides. My email was... my inbox was popping off. But yeah, I guess that would be the most controversial thing that, got a lot of feedback from people. There have been a lot of bad things that weren't so much controversial, because, bad's bad. People aren't going to really be arguing about that.
Such as what?
So.
What bad things such as what?
Well, a lot of police misconduct cases. Probably two of the more high-profile ones was a former Chattanooga police officer who has now pleaded guilty to 2 counts of deprivation of rights for raping multiple women while on the job. That was one of the more big ones. I actually didn't cover that, from the very beginning. That was a colleague of mine who was covering that. I helped in the background, and now I've picked up, he's left the paper now. And then the other one was a former sheriff's deputy who he's actually still, that case is actually making its way through the court system still. He's facing 44 criminal charges for a variety of things.
Is he incarcerated right now?
The deputy?
Yeah.
No, he's out on bond. The Chattanooga police officer is in jail right now. He's awaiting sentencing, though, which got postponed because of COVID. Yeah.
So the police officer, what kind of penalty is he looking at?
What kind of what?
What's the amount of time he's possibly facing for the police officer?
Hold on, it like broke up there. Sorry.
The police is incarcerated. What kind of time is he facing?
I think it might be, I think it's a max of 10 years per count. But the thing with that is, it's up to the judge whether the defendant serves that time basically at the same time, like for the two charges, so 10 years total, or if the judge decides for him to face it stacked, so it could be like 20 years. I think it's 10 years. I could be slightly off, but I'm pretty sure it's 10 years each count.
Next question. What is the most heartfelt story you've told?
Oh, I've had so many.
What stands out? What just stands out?
I guess the one that really, well, there's several that really stand out, but the one that will probably follow me for the rest of my life is there was a woman whose fiance was killed last year. They were supposed to get married within a week, I think, or maybe a week and a half. He was killed while trying to sell an Xbox. And on the day of their wedding, it was the day after their wedding, was supposed to be. Because the day of their wedding, it was raining and they couldn't go. She was going to go to the cemetery where he was buried, and she was all dressed in her wedding gown, and just that image was, it was heart-wrenching. Yeah, but there's so many other ones. I mean, there was a little boy who died in the tornadoes. A really young girl who died outside of Southside Social. The multiple people killed outside Coyote Jack's. I mean, my friends and I would have been there, and that totally could have been me out there that night. So a lot of stuff, kind of, being on this beat, you see a lot of pain, and it just gives you a different perspective, I guess. I don't know, but I'm just here to tell the stories, to make sure they're not just another name.
That makes sense. Now, let's get into the news. What has been your experience so far covering, like, coming down and the police brutality? What has been your experience, or what has stood out the most? You doing a report on protest?
Say that one more time?
I say, like, with this protest has been going on, you've been having a lot of stories on that. What has been your experience? What has stood out the most? Has it been the amount of people protesting, or the police activity, or the unity? What has stood out the most in the protest?
Yeah, that's definitely the amount of people. I have been in awe seeing how, not just here, across the country, across the world, it's crazy to see people come together the way that they have. We're literally witnessing history right now. Like, that's what's really awesome to me. And, people rallying around George Floyd and so many other lives lost. It's just, it gets to you. Like, it's awe-inspiring to see how many people have come out in support of each other and in support for progress and change. No matter what side of the aisle you're on, progress will always be positive, I think. That's fair. So yeah, that's the amount of people coming out and and the reception that it's gotten has also, because you don't, especially when this first started happening, you don't really see the amount of, even people in law enforcement speaking out against that act of violence. Was you don't really see that, so it was really nice to see that, how much support it's gotten from everyone, citizens, law enforcement, politicians. It's awesome.
Yeah, Miss Rosana Rodriguez, I really appreciate you continuing. Is there something else that you want to say that I didn't know? You want to talk about anything?
I don't know. I guess just I don't know. Support local journalism. I guess we're here for the people. Yeah. Thanks for having me. It's been awesome.
Thank you.
Sorry.
I know you got a real busy schedule with the Times Free Press, and I thank you for taking time out of your schedule and
Yeah.
tapping in with the Pimpoholic TV podcast. I really appreciate that, Grace. I really do. I really do.
Appreciate you.
Thank you for tuning in. Peace out.
You too. Bye.
See you.
Yes, that was my friend, my homegirl, Rosana Rodriguez, staff writer for the Chattanooga Times Free Press. So we had a few with her phone or whatever, but you all got the point, you got the message, so that was cool. It's the Pimpoholic TV podcast. Again, all my podcast interviews will be on my YouTube channel. That's Pimpoholic TV. Go to YouTube and subscribe to Pimpoholic TV. If you're on Instagram and Twitter, follow me at Maal The Pimp. Thank y'all for tuning in. Holla back. Yeah.